Dear learners, how are you? I think you are well by the grace of Almighty God. I am so. So, first I would like to introduce myself. I am Kamlesh Haldar, lecturer in English, Sheikh Hilaluddin College, Shubodiya Fokirat, Bagrat. Today we are here to present a lesson on right use of verbs. In my previous classes, I have also discussed about the right forms of verbs. Today is my last class on right use of verbs. Today we will discuss about some important rules about the right forms of verbs. Those are conditionals. At first, conditionals. That is first condition, second conditionals, third conditionals. Next on number 2, had plus subject plus V3 plus third conditional. And then number 3, use of while. Use of while. Number 4, introducing there. And number 5, use of as if and as though. Okay? Now come to our discussion. First of all, conditionals. There are 3 conditionals in English grammar. As we know, in the case of complex sentences, there are a principal clause and one or more than subordinate clause. And most of the cases, both the clauses bear the same tenses verb. But in conditional sentences, there is a difference of use of verbs. Like in the first conditional, we see if plus present indefinite plus future indefinite. That is, if any complex sentence begins with if and if the subordinate clause is in present indefinite tense, the principal clause will be in the present indefinite, future indefinite tense. That is the equation. If plus present indefinite plus future indefinite. That is, if any complex sentence begins with subordinate clause adding if as conjunction, the principal clause will be in the future indefinite tense. As for example, if you need my help, I will help you. If you need my help, I will help you. This is the example of first conditional. And the first conditional is if plus present indefinite plus future indefinite. You should be bear in mind that the conditional, first conditional equation of the first conditional sentence is if plus present indefinite plus future indefinite. That is, if the sentence begins with if and the subordinate clause, if the subordinate clause is in present indefinite tense, the principal clause will be in future indefinite tense. And then the second conditional. Second conditional is if plus past indefinite plus past conditional. If plus past indefinite plus past conditional. And now the question is, what is past conditional? Past conditional is if plus past indefinite plus past conditional, and past conditional is subject plus subject plus would or could or might plus the on. If we try to give an example, that is, if you came, I would go. If you came, I would go. If you wanted, I could help you. If you read more, you would make a good result. Then the third conditional. Third conditional is if plus past perfect plus perfect conditional. And perfect conditional is subject plus have been, subject plus would have, or could have, or might have, plus V3. If we try to give an example, the example would be, if you had come, I would have gone. If plus past perfect, if you had come, plus perfect conditional, I would have gone. In another example, if you had wanted, I would have helped you. So, I think you will practice it with the help of your textbook, and then the case will be very easy to you. Now, the second point, had plus subject plus V3 plus third conditional, that is perfect conditional. Look, had I known it, I would have told you. The sentences begins with had and then subject and then V3. Had I known it, it is a possibility, a sense of possibility here. But I don't know. If I had known the meaning of the sentence, if I had known, and the second clause will be I would have told you. If I had known it, I would have told you. But here, omitting if, we use had before the sentence, and here the had bears the same meaning of if, and that is why this sentence will be also in the third conditional. Had I known it, I would have told you. The next one. Use of while. We see there is a lot of use of while in the sentences, but today we will see the two different uses of while. If while is used in a sentence, there may be two cases. If in any sentence, if there is while, and after while, if there is verb, the verb would be in present participle. But if there is while in any sentence, and after while, if there is subject, the clause will be in the past continuous tense. Look. While pass the field, I saw a snake. Here, after while, there is a verb, was. In this case, this verb will be in present participle form. That is, while passing the field, I saw a snake. The first rule of using while is, if there is while in any sentence and after while there is a verb, the verb will be changed into present participle form. This is the example. While passing a field, I saw a snake. But in another example, we say, while I pass the field, I saw while I passed the field, I saw a snake. Here we can see, after a while, there is a subject, I, and then the verb. So in this case, this verb will be changed into past continuous tense, and the solution will be, while I was passing the field, I saw a snake. Okay? The gist of the rule is, after a while, if there is verb, the verb will be changed into present participle form, and after a while if there is subject, the sentence will be changed into past continuous tense. Next rule, introducing there. We generally see many sentences starting with there, and which verb will be put after there. There is two rules. If any sentence starts with there, and if there is a single noun, singular noun, after there, the verb will be in singular form. But if there is a noun, that is, there is a plural noun, the verb will be plural in form. Look these examples. There be a hospital in our locality, and there be two primary schools in our locality. In example 1, there be a hospital. After there, a noun, a hospital. This noun is singular noun, a hospital. This is why here be verb will be in singular form. That is, there be will be there is a hospital in our locality. But in the second example, we see after there the noun is plural in form. Two primary schools. Two primary schools, that is plural noun. And be will be here plural. There are. Okay? Yes. In this rule, we know the difference between this there and this there. If the sentence begins with there, and if there is a singular noun, the verb will be singular. If the sentence begins with there, and after there is plural noun, the verb will be plural. Now, we come to the next point. Use of as if, as though. In our previous classes, we saw the use of since. If there is since in any sentence, the first clause will be, if the first clause is present indefinite tense or present perfect tense, the last clause will be in the first tense, first indefinite tense. If the first clause before the since is in past indefinite tense, the next or the last clause after since would be in past perfect tense. Here, the use of as if and as though is same. If there is as if or as though in any sentence, and if the first clause of the sentence is in present indefinite tense, the next clause will be in the past indefinite tense. If the first clause in the sentence before as if or as though is in past indefinite tense, the last clause would be in the past perfect tense. Look the examples. He as though he know he behaves as though he know everything. This verb will be changed according to the verb of this sentence. This clause. In the first clause, we see that the verb is in present indefinite tense, and according to our law, the verb of the second clause would be past indefinite tense. The correct sentence would be he behaves as though he knew everything. Okay? And the second example is he argued as if he be a lawyer. He argued as if he be a lawyer. Here the first verb is in past indefinite tense. According to our law, the second verb would be in the past perfect tense. That is, he argued as if he had been a lawyer. Okay? So, we have discussed today about 5 rules. First rule was the use of conditionals. We see there are 3 kinds of conditionals. First conditional, second conditional, and third conditional. In first conditional, the sentence will be if plus present indefinite plus future indefinite. But in second conditional, the sentence will be if plus past indefinite plus past conditional. Past conditional is subject plus would or could or might plus be on. In third conditional, if plus past perfect plus perfect conditional, and perfect conditional is subject plus would have or could have or might have plus V3. And the next rule was had plus subject plus V3 plus perfect conditional. Had I been a king, I would have helped the poor. And the next rule was use of while. We find two rules of using while in a sentence. If there is a verb after while, the verb will be changed into present participle form. If there is a subject after while, then the verb will be changed according to past continuous tense. And the next rule was use of there. If there is there in any sentence and after there, if there is a singular noun, the verb will be singular in form. And if there is a there from the beginning of a sentence, and if there is plural noun, the verb will be plural. And finally, the use of as if and as though. Before my discussion, I have told you, use of as if and as though is same as use of since. If in the first clause the verb is in present indefinite tense, the verb will be in past indefinite tense after as if or as though. If there is verb in the past indefinite tense before as if or as though, the verb will be in the past perfect tense after as if or as though. Today, I will tell you something. We are going through a very crucial moment. You should remember in mind that you should try yourself more and more. This class will be not much more effective to you. With the help of this class, you have to try again and again. And those are the examinees of SSC 2020. They are advised to continue their studies. Suddenly your date will be fixed. So don't be delayed. Continue your studies and continue your studies. That will give good results to you. No more today, more when we'll meet again. My next class would be on article or use of article. Thank you all. Okay.